before. I talk about this all the time because there is so much beauty and power in brokenness and your purpose. But I want to say, like, Lord, just bless the people with the broken souls, the broken hearts, the broken minds, the broken spirits, the brokenness. There is a lot of brokenness in this world. But if you think about it, brokenness is needed. Brokenness is necessary. You know, brokenness and grief kind of go hand in hand. Brokenness breaks you down, but it also builds you up. In a sense, grief is the same way. Grief breaks you down, but it also builds you up. In that, it kind of reminds me of a butterfly, because in the beginning stages, we have this caterpillar, not so pretty, and it's just going through life. But there is a transformation that takes place, and it becomes this beautiful butterfly. That what comes from the brokenness, and that what comes out of your, your grief or whatever stage that you're in. You know, the butterfly opens up its beautiful wings and spreads its colors. That is you. You are the butterfly. Whatever season of brokenness that you are in, know that it's not going to last forever. And whatever you are feeling, whatever you are grieving from, know that this season of grief will soon turn into joy. Weeping endure for night, but joy comes in the morning. And when I talk about grief, it does not always have to be a physical grief. It can be a grief from a friendship, a grief from a job, a grief from a career that you thought you're going to be at for a long period of time, a grief from an animal, a grief from just family members that you don't even talk to as often as you did due to different beliefs or just whatever the case may be. Grief can be different levels. It just doesn't have to be a physical being, but that's just one of the main characters. But I said all that to say that brokenness is needed, because if we're not broken, if we're not really to shed the skin, think about the caterpillar again. Think about how the caterpillar is at the beginning. This caterpillar, similar to a worm. Next thing you know, they're shedding or they're morphing into the cocoon to come out of that shell. That shell that you are in, you have to come out of. That shell that you are in, you have to come out of. A lot of us right now are in the season of isolation, and we are in that season of isolation for a reason. God wants us to be isolated from people because he is preparing us for things that you didn't even think you wanted. You didn't even think it was cool, or that you didn't even think that you wanted to pray for. Or you, for real, you probably didn't even know that you wanted. But God is preparing you. He's isolating you. He's putting you in rooms that you didn't even think you wanted to be a part of. He is isolating you. He is isolating you, and he wants you to prosper. In order for you to prosper, sometimes the things have to get broken, but they're going to get stronger, way better than they was at the beginning. They were stronger before, but it was more so like, a comfortable stronger. But now it's more like a depending on him type strong, But understand this, when he breaks things down, he's not going